bottom, bottom, and that bottom. Perfect. All right, guys. Thanks for joining today. So let's talk about what we have all waiting for, especially after such a rough night. I haven't slept since a couple days ago, basically. Um, Pretty happy about the short that we have. I'm a little bit sad because we had such a tight stop that we got stopped before the price went all the way down and profit from that massive short. Either way, the short from yesterday was beautiful, so we made good profits there. So I want to talk about something very important here, and I can see that Super Bednar is here, so I'm gonna talk directly to you, and probably all of the guys that had unfortunately liquidations and stuff like that. Um, Listen, guys, I have a guide, a PDF guide on the education channel when I basically talk about GAN's trading rules. And obviously, none of you, well, just a few of you are my students. But one of the first things that I tell my students before anything else is that you need to really memorize those rules and abide to them and be disciplined. And no matter what happens in the entire world, you need to follow those rules because it doesn't matter how good you are as an analyst, it doesn't matter how good you are predicting movements and stuff like that. I consider myself, you know, um, I mean, I, I try to be humble, but I consider myself a really like one of the best trader analysts out there calling dates. Not many people do that, but even so, by having that ability, it doesn't means that I'm gonna be automatically a good trader or the best trader. Because one thing is to be an analyst, and a very different one is to be a trader. When you're a trader, your emotions are in play every single time. So you need to deal with patience. You need to deal with anger, with greed, with fear, with all of those things. So it doesn't matter if what I'm looking at here, if I say the price is going to be, I don't know, $5,000 on December 25, it doesn't matter if I nail that date and that price level if I don't take action around that time. But it's super hard. Actually, the hardest thing to do in trading is to control your emotions because, of course, there's money at stake, and it's a master class of psychology. So the more you know yourself, the better you will be. The more you follow a strategy, the better you will be. The more disciplined you are, and the more you understand how you think and how to control your emotions, the better you will be. The moment that you forget that is the first moment that you're gonna get wrecked, no matter what. It doesn't matter what happens. You have seen many times. But I mean, I made a call early, late in October, that we were going to have a pivot on November 3rd on the 3-day chart. I just shared that on Twitter, and the price fell exactly on November 4th. But back here, I was so focused on the price breaking this Kumu that I totally neglect that call. And that's a perfect example. We could have taken this short from here all the way down to here. But obviously, I do a lot of scalp trading and and stuff like that. But that's a perfect example of how you can nail a prediction down to the date, the hour, and the price. And then at the same time, because of your emotions, you can mess all that up. With that being said, I don't want to dwell too much into this and spend like a long time talking about it. You really need to step up your game when it comes to trading. First of all, if you have, let's say, you have in your account 10 bitcoins, 10 bitcoins. I, I know rate is very hard to control, but For fuck's sakes, guys, don't trade your entire account in a single trade. Don't put your entire portfolio on a single trade. You don't need to do that. You just need, what you need to do is to have a compound interest on which you make money little by little every single day. And by doing that, eventually what's going to happen is like you're going to have like 100 trades, and you probably will have 50, 60 good ones, and little by little you will make money. I mean, nobody's going to get rich overnight. So you really need to get over fucking that you're going to have one Bitcoin today and then tomorrow you're going to have 100, because it can happen, but it's not going to happen every day. It's not going to happen on every single trade. And it rarely happens. Actually, the odds are against you. You're more prone to be wrecked than to be successful. So you need to fight those odds. So don't go all in. Just take 5 Bitcoins out of that trade. Take Do a trade with 1 Bitcoin. Protect and preserve your capital. Then after that, there's the leverage situation. Like kind of like the guide that I have shared 100,000 times. Leverage just means that you're borrowing money to bet bigger, to make more returns. So when you're doing leverage, basically your stop loss depends on what leverage you're doing. That's why I I don't really like to share like stop losses in the past, because that's pertinent to your position size and how much leverage you're doing. If you're doing five, at the end of the day, whenever you take a trade, let's say you're trading right now with 1 Bitcoin, the rule says that you don't want to risk more than 2 or 3% of that position. With that being said, if you get stopped, you're only risking 0.02 BTC to 0.03 BTC of that position. This is the risk area that you want to maintain. You want to stay in. So if you're trading with 100x, in order to stay with this level of risk, then your stop loss should be like, I don't know, like $3 under your entry or something like that. But if you're doing 3x, then to stay within the same level of risk, then probably your stop loss can be $100 below your entry or above your entry. So that's what the stop loss is calculated, and it's all explained on the guide credit road. So you need to aim for this number. There's absolutely no reason for you to get liquidated on any position. Absolutely not a single reason. You took the trade because what happens is like if you risk 2%, let's say per each trade that you take, it will take 50 bad trades in a row for you to liquidate your entire account. 50 bad trades. So, and if you risk 1%, you need 100 bad trades in a row to liquidate your entire portfolio. So, I mean, you're also here on the channel. We get stopped a lot on the scalp channel, but if you take care of this, then probably I have lost 3 or 4% in the past few days. But then yesterday alone, I made 200% on a trade. Of course, I did 50x at 3x. That was still like 10%. That covers like at least 3 stops, and then you get profit. So you do that every day, or you do that on every trade, on every swing trade and stuff like that. It's just a math and a chess game you need to play here. You need to understand this in order not to get liquidated, because that basically shows lack of knowledge, experience, and that you don't really care for your money. Because if you're not protecting your money and your capital, then I don't see the point of you trading. You're just gambling because you know the crypto people became millionaire in 2015, in 2017. And I'm talking here from experience. You have no idea the amount of money I made in 2016 and 2017, but you have no idea the amount of money that I lost because of this same reason that I'm talking about right now. So you really need to step up your game if you really want to protect your money. Also, if you want to stay in this server, all of us together, because even though I will provide you with the analysis and the predictions with dates and stuff like that, that probably some of you don't know where it come from. At the end of the day, is you the one? Are you the ones that are taking the trade, and you're responsible for that? So if you don't follow your rules and your strategy and your stuff like that, then you will lose money. So I don't want to keep talking about this. That's it. I think you get the point. So back to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin here, as we expected, we had a big crazy dump. The level that I have as a support is 6,700, which is short shy, probably 150 bucks from where the price bounced. Today, it's a pivot. It's a really good pivot. This candle could definitely be a reversal. If we go to the 12 hour, we have a classic three candle massive sell-off, which is very um, characteristic of a capitulation. So I really like this area. Also, if you look at the signals here, we have a Kumo twist right here, meaning like right now, the price can really turn around right at this point. So I think it's wise to start building a position probably long around this area. We can wait a few hours to see if the price falls down a little bit towards this entry towards this area. But if we look at the 12-hour already, we're already like building a candle, like a reversal candle, possible reversal candle. This is 10 hours away from close. So probably, it, I mean, we're gonna have some time. The next pivot is it's on the 23rd at 12 a.m. in the morning. So probably by the next 12-hour opening, we're gonna have a pretty good idea of where this candle is gonna take us. Yeah. So this is a good level to too long, in my opinion. People are wrecked. People have fear now. Bears are excited. And even though the setup is really bearish right now, the characteristics of this, all the action throughout this situation here just screams to me accumulation. And I love the fact that we have such a thin Kuma right here, right now, because what this means is like if we're lucky enough, we can even break this right here in the next few days. But what I'm expecting right now is a little bit of a bounce up all the way up to 86, 8,700, and then the last dump. The last dump, I'm expecting for the price to reach the 63, 65, 61 area by January 9th. So this is what we're going to play right now. In terms of the macro trend, probably a reversal from now until December 9 or 10th, which is a big WP signal. Also, we have a Kumo twist here. So I really think that we're going to reverse around this date. Then a slow grind all the way down until January 9, which makes sense because it's the holidays. Nobody's going to pay attention to Bitcoin. People, they don't want to spend money. They have fear, et cetera, et cetera. So this is my game plan for now. In terms of calls, of course, we're gonna try to catch every way we can possibly have right now, right here. Um, and this is what I think is gonna happen right now on the daily. Of course, I'm gonna share this chart. You're gonna have all the information in the server, on the channels. And if we go to the 3-day, we also have the same situation here. As you can see, there's a Kumo twist here on December 15th, and there's a pivot here on December 9th. So I can clearly see a reversal at this point in time down. So far, we're not clear on the situation on the Kumo. Right now is screaming bearish, but this can turn around quickly. So the Chico is coming under, but we can go up also. Weekly, same story. All the signals are bearish, but the good thing is like if we bounce right now, this area, the Chiku can really get out finally out of that Kumo for the first time since December 2017. So if maybe we can get out then come down here, retest with the Chico this area, and long, which would make a beautiful fake for Bitcoin. Probably go like this, and then do a test and then break out. So that's talking about weekly, and I feel like I talk about weekly every 2 days, so that doesn't make any sense. We know we broke really important levels here, so that's bad, but it doesn't necessarily means um, that we cannot turn around, especially with such a sideways movement. The close of the monthly is going to be very important too. I mean, if we go to the monthly and this candle closes above 83, then it's going to be awesome because this is just going to be, you can see here how many weeks we have had in the past 6 months. So like I said in the past stream, this is all accumulation and sideways movements before anything happens. What I wouldn't like, probably a breakout of 61. If we break 6K, probably we're gonna go to 4K or something like that. I'm not expecting that right now. So we'll go little by little and support by support. 67 is a really strong support. 61 is another strong support. So we'll keep an eye on those. What else? Right now, probably if we go to the 4 hour, oh, yeah, we're also aware of the parabola that we have been talking about on the other channel. So these have been following something like this. Probably, of course, there's no more room to go. That's another signal or something because the other way would be the price going backwards in time, and obviously that's impossible. So this doesn't have much time left to do anything. So the next 4 hour signal, like I said, is November 23rd at 12 a.m., which is here, and 86 would be here. So by December 9, if we're talking about that, by December 9, 10, then we can say that probably this will be a really small grind to make people, salivate over possible loans. So you know what this means. A slow grind up uh, from Bitcoin from here all the way to 86 throughout 2 or 3 weeks. That's going to be alt season right away. The alts are going to keep going and stuff like that. We'll talk about that later on the chat because I don't have much time here. But I mean, the drill with alts. If we look at them at Bitcoin, for example, here, and you go to the 1 day, it looks great actually. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's not the best chart that I have seen, but it doesn't look bad at all. We're coming from a downtrend on the daily, long downtrend since December. We finally broke. The Chico broke too. Now we have a bullish ticket cross. We have a flat Kumo, which means we're in equilibrium. So this can possibly go up until December 9 with Bitcoin. I don't know, but I think else Bitcoin is going to move more sideways than anything else, giving great opportunity to alts. I read earlier that Doge, it's had a massive like buying volume earlier, and that's a great sign too, because that means that probably Doge usually starts all seasons. So as you can see, the Chico is about to get out of the price. We have a bullish ticket cross pointing up. The price is above the Kumo, so Doge can really go up. If you know, I have a bag from 22 sats that I've been holding forever, like literally from here since September. So um, I wouldn't really mind to get at this level here. There are going to be better chances to do that. One of your favorite, of course, is FET. FET is looking great, and you can see it here. Chico is still inside the Kumo, which means indecision. The price is holding nice around the Kumo. If you can see here, we're having a bullish ticket cross. The price has a bullish ticket too. But like I said, you know that already. This is a long haul. So probably eventually it will move up. So if you want on dips just a lot more. But as long as the price stays in this Kumo and the Chico stays in the Kumo or out, we're going to be good. If the Chico gets under the Kumo and under the price, or the price gets under the Kumo, then I will reconsider the position. But so far, we're good. And this is mostly the same case for every single alt. If you go to Ripple and you see here, you'll see exactly the same. Coming down since December, like 11 months going down, broke up everything. Look how the price held the Kumo beautifully. So that means that there's a strong support around this area. That's a good thing too. TRX, they're asking me here right now, really quick. They're all the same. Well, TRX is a little bit different. I think I mentioned that because I don't like this kind of a double top with getting a very cheeky cross, and the Chico is getting under the price. So what I think you can clearly see here, what I told you about the three candles. Sometimes these three white soldiers, people think is a heavy continuation, but a lot of times it's the end of a uptrend. And you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We end with three big candle impulse. So I think there's a chance that TRX may go under and just go back to these levels. I mean, for now, we're safe. I'm not in a position, but, but yeah, there's, just keep in mind that there's a chance this go to at least retest this level. So I don't think it's going to go lower, but probably. So if you're holding it for a long time, then that's good too. The 3 day, I think, yeah, the 3 day is looking way better because we have a bullish ticket across the Kumo's closing finally for the first time since forever, and the price is tantalizing to break to this Kumo. So it can go edge to edge on the Kumo, but it can also be rejected for a long time and just walk along this path. So keep that in mind. All right, guys, I gotta go right now. If I'll update the rest of the charts because my baby just got up. It, you're asking for alts, but literally they all look the same. If you look at them, they all look the same. So I'll keep talking to you guys on the chat on the server. So let me know if you have more questions there over there. I think you have clear the path we're gonna follow for Bitcoin right now. And if you have any other questions, just let me know in the chat. I'll be back in a little bit. Uh, Thank you guys. Talk to you later.